IU Zone.
IU Zone. We haven't even given her the floor to celebrate yet.
Is this the floor?
Yes, please, quickly. Go ahead.
Thank you.
I know Evan wants to get to this NFL topic, but Courtney, I know if I was you, I'd be very excited.
I am. And the amount of people that have texted me, congratulations, like I did anything, is pretty awesome. I'm happy to take some of those congratulations because being an IU fan has not been easy the last I don't know, forever. But it's awesome. Like, it's been so cool to see the welcome home for the team back into Bloomington, all the fans waiting over the interstate as they drove from Indianapolis down to campus yesterday, and to see the outpouring of support for the school, for the program, and getting to be a part of that a little tiny bit is fun.
I don't
really
like what just happened here.
What?
I don't
Why?
Like, I'm going to tell you. Oh, the amount of people. How about that was so nice of the two of you individually to text me a congratulations. We don't care about everybody else. The two of us texted you a congrats. That should have been noted. That should have been noted.
Evan texted me. You were one of the first people right after it went final to say congrats. Mm-hmm. And I very much appreciated it, so thank you.
Yes. You didn't text?
I sent her a message on Instagram.
We talked.
Instagram message?
Well, she had posted something, and I replied to her story. I was like, congrats, I'm so happy for you.
That's not personal.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Michelle took the time to do it.
You should have texted her.
Well, I'm sorry.
Now we're litigating how you can reach out to somebody.
That's right.
And what the appropriate manner is.
I did a better job.
What a boomer response.
I did a better
job. To have a hierarchy of platforms.
That's right. I did a better job.
Well, here's what I did, Evan. In the immediacy of Indiana winning the national championship, I went to bed because we had a show to do. And I also knew Courtney Cronin, our friend, was probably celebrating this victory. So I didn't want to bother her and her moment of bliss. So I waited till the next day, and then I circled back and was like, congratulations, you deserve this. What an unbelievable run your team went on.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, congrats, Courtney. So Dan Graziano, ESPN NFL Insider, was on our show yesterday after 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Go back on the podcast and listen. And we've been talking about the Ravens, Bills, and Steelers and how, in essence, all of those jobs are open for the same reason. How they got there was different, right? Tomlin walked away. Harbaugh was fired immediately after the season. McDermott coaches in the playoffs. Bad loss. He gets fired a couple of days later. But in essence, these are recent historic programs, right? In essence, like you should win and you should win big. Steelers all time. Ravens have a 2-time MVP, and the Bills have the MVP a year ago. Like, they should win. All open. Dan Graziano said it's going to be a little bit harder to replace McDermott than the Bills think. Is there anyone sitting there that you're looking at it through your reporting? You're like, this guy's just sitting there. Why are people not talking to him?
No, I mean, look, Mike Tomlin, but he has said he doesn't want to do it next year. So I would call him every day. But you know, if the answer is no, the answer is no. So yeah, I mean, I know Belichick's been floated, but I don't think you can do that off of the year he just had. And, you know, now 3 NFL coaching cycles where only one team has even interviewed him, and that team didn't hire him. And has since changed coaches again and still didn't hire him. Yeah, so I don't know. I understand the reasoning behind Buffalo doing what they're doing. I understand the fans are cool with it. I get all that. It's reductive to say, oh, you're not going to find a better coach. You know, I mean, obviously McDermott's a very good coach, but I don't think that there's like press button, add coach, win Super Bowl. I think that's unrealistic.
Smalls, you're of the belief that at least one of these teams is going to get it wrong. Ravens, Bills, Steelers. Why and who?
Well, if I had to pick one of those 3, I'm with Graz in saying I don't know if the Buffalo Bills are going to get it right. Why would I believe that the Buffalo Bills are going to get this hire right? Sean McDermott comes in. They win 91 games, 8 playoff games. Prior to that, from 1996 to 2018, the Bills won 0 playoff games. From 96 to 2018, they won 0 playoff games. And I know that the outlier in Josh Allen's playoff career was what we saw over the weekend with the 4 turnovers. Typically, Josh Allen is the reason why you're in these situations, and he has played very well in the playoffs. But that's not to say that the emotional toll of what happened, not only over the weekend, but the cumulative effect of falling short again and again and again, and your head coach getting fired because of your mistakes isn't going to wear on him and wear on the team. And the 2 best candidates that you had out there in the hiring cycle are gone. Harbaugh's with the Giants, and you have Stefanski with the Falcons. I don't know who they're going to find that's the person that's available to them that is not only a better coach than Sean McDermott, but that's going to come in and be able to immediately make such a material difference that it's going to put them over the hump in their division, where the Patriots are now reigning supreme, and in the AFC as a whole. I just wonder if, even though they have Josh Allen, who is such an elite talent, if maybe they missed their window and maybe they're hitting reset in a way that they didn't intend to with this firing.
I think there's one name that makes sense for this job, and it's the only name that's out there right now that we're not talking enough about, and that's Brian Daboll. Like, he was there. Michelle, you bring up, like, till 2018. I remember covering a Vikings-Bills game in 2018 when Josh Allen, they were the largest underdog, I think, to ever win a regular season game since, like, the merger. They were, like, 18-point dogs, and they end up going to Minnesota and upsetting them. And that's where you started to see, okay, this is what Josh Allen can be. This is what it's going to look like when the development gets on the right track. And it took a little bit of time, but who was responsible for that? It was his offensive coordinator, Brian Daboll, before he took the Giants job. To be able to take Josh where he is all these years into his career and to get the best out of him going forward is not pairing him with somebody he doesn't know, not pairing him with somebody that he doesn't believe in from an offensive philosophy standpoint. It's going back and getting the guy that got him to this spot in the first place. Somebody who's currently unemployed, somebody who's been floated for some offensive coordinator jobs at the college level, more towards the NFL level right now. Obviously was a good head coach during his time in New York early on. The last couple of years, we can look at that and say not so much. But I think the relationship that he already has with Brandon Beane, because we know there's certainly a power struggle here that Brandon Beane won out on, because not only does McDermott get fired, the GM gets a promotion on top of his title already. I think you bring somebody in who already has the familiarity with your organization, because the three teams that you mentioned there, Steelers, Ravens, and Bills, these are legacy organizations in the NFL, teams that have had a lot of winning over the course of their career. I mean, the Bills more recently than not. I mean, the Steelers, obviously, with what their track record has been in the playoffs, that's all moot. But, like, these are teams that have won. These are brands. These are big-name teams in the league. I don't think you try to make the outsmarting yourself sort of hire here of thinking, okay, what young up-and-comer can we hire that no one's talking about enough? I think it's Brian Daboll. I think the answer's right in front of you if you're Buffalo.
And it may be, and I would be okay with that. I'm pretty adamant that they should not hire a first-time coach. Because you're asking a first-time coach to have one of the greatest, if not the greatest season a first-time coach has ever had, because they have one expectation. You have to get to the Super Bowl. You have to. Like, there's no other option. You did this to get there. You said it the other day, Smalls. This is the Knicks saying, Tom Thibodeau, you're really good. You're not good enough in the playoffs. We don't care what's happening in the regular season, although now they do, by the way. We need somebody who can get us to the finals, so we're getting Mike Brown, and that's how we're operating. Like, they fired Sean McDermott to get to the Super Bowl, and you cannot assume that someone who has never done that before can get you there. That is too much, not in general, in year one. All right, coming up, we love reckless speculation. This is not reckless. This is just speculation. Where an MVP could land, meaning changing teams. Could he be traded this offseason? We'll get to that next. We're on Sportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance.